Good morning, it's Carlos Ramirez, owner of NVSAUDIO in Roselle, New Jersey. Got this beautiful Street Glide in. We're about to tear into it. Now, this story just keeps happening over and over again. They take the bike to a bike builder that does an amazing job on paint. The way the bike is put together, the color scheme, the bodywork is flawless. You can't tell that it didn't come from factory like this. The bike is awesome. It looks amazing. Every detail, the bike was perfectly put together. But when it came to the audio, that's where it's lacking. There's a lot of bike builders out there that just want to get the entire check from the customer and then they just want to do it themselves. It's like building a house. Let the plumber do his job, let the electrician do his job, let the contractor do his job. So the shop, I'm not going to name any names, but the builder just rushed and threw it together to get paid on the job, and the customer got screwed. No part of the audio is done correctly. Stuff's not mounted down, it's not wired properly, it's too many speakers, not enough amplifier channels. So we're going to take it apart and we're going to make the audio and the wiring match the outside of the bike. Here at the shop, we only do audio. We are NVSAUDIO. We do not do wheels. We do not do tint. We do not. Whenever a customer needs accessories installed on their bike, like handlebars, we send all that stuff over to cartel baggers. We do not do that here. We literally only do audio. We deal with audio and wiring, and we're really, really good at it. So we stay in our lane. This is what we do. We're going to get this fixed up. Let me show you what we're up against. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some shops out there that are truly, truly all-in-one. Dorian from Blaze Cycles is one of them, where they will handle the build, they will handle the engine build, they will dyno tune your bike, they will handle the paint, and they will do an amazing, amazing job on the audio. But those are few and far in between. So we'll start with the pretty stuff. Look how flawless the paint is. We have the new 2020 GTS radio in there. The attention to detail and the color line transition. Bike looks great. And then the bad. So I don't know what they were trying to achieve in this bag, but we have a Hertz mid-bass driver and then a makeshift fake subwoofer enclosure that's held together with some sound deadener. We have a Gel Audio 6-inch subwoofer that does absolutely nothing. This thing gives us almost no output. He would have been better off with two 8-inch Hertz mid-bass drivers. He would have had more output than doing this. 6x9 lid is fine. It's hybrid audio. This I don't understand. It doesn't sound good and it wasn't smart. Then the other issue is by sealing that off like that, bumps him into middleweight. Now he does not have enough equipment to be able to compete in the middleweight. But as soon as you put a piece over the driver, that's automatically considered a subwoofer enclosure or a sealed bag, and you could have 4 speakers. That automatically puts you in the middleweight class. This is not a middleweight bike. This is not even a lightweight bike. So total speaker count on this bike is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 speakers. That's a subwoofer, so that automatically puts him in the middleweight, even if he didn't seal it off. So 6-inch speaker competing against 4 subwoofers or 6 subwoofers that some of these middleweight bikes are running. It's just not a fair fight. This was not well thought out and not well put together. And then the wiring, oh my goodness. Let me show you what's going on the other side. When you remove the side cover, you're greeted by Sound Digital 800 just dangling there. See this wire tie? That wasn't there. We put that on to keep the amplifier from getting scratched. When the customer brought the bike in, you removed the cover and the amplifier fell on the exhaust. And I know that's just laziness, because if you have the ability to fabricate this beautiful bike, you have the ability to make a bracket to hold the amplifier down. Alright, I haven't touched anything yet. This is exactly the way it came in. So, cheap CCA wire, which obviously we're gonna have to replace with oxygen-free copper. None of the harnesses for the Dakota digital gauges taped up or wire tied. We have bare exposed wire, non-waterproof connectors. I didn't even bother to put Velcro on the DSP. This I don't understand. It's a metal plate right here. All you have to do is either insert a piece of plastic or just drill and tap, and you can mount the amplifier. So that's not secured. Look at this. Instead of cutting and extending the wire so you can mount the crossover here and mount that crossover here, they cut the speaker pod and threw the crossover inside the speaker pod. So as I was listening to before, I heard a rattling sound, and I couldn't figure out what it was until I took it apart. So all you have to do is mount that over there, and you won't have that issue anymore. And on top of all this, it's underpowered. We have two 804s running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 speakers. So I have a lot of cleanup ahead of me. Stay tuned for the rescue. They're running the correct battery, Braille lithium, but Jesus, look at the wiring under the seat. There's just no need for this. This is exactly why the dealerships hate aftermarket equipment. When it's installed like this, it makes it impossible for a dealer tech to be able to do his job, and it makes his job 10 times harder. I mean, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cables on the positive wire. Seriously?